Okay, awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hooping Live of Hooping Lives. Today is a very special show because today is the first show where Audrey is not completely stressed out. Isn't that exciting? I know it's exciting. Jenna, are you done with school?
Yes, I am. I am on summer break.
Okay, well, it looks like you have both of the ladies tonight that are stress-free and ready to teach you how to do some cool stuff and answer your questions. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know, if you don't know already, if you want to ask a question about a hoop move or about your own personal hooping experience, or maybe just have a question in general, make sure you leave them in the comments down below, as well as any other comments or questions, like I said. Just repeated myself there a little bit, but you get the gist. Just let us know in the comments below, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. We've been running out of time, usually at the end of the show, so if you really have a question, be sure to get the questions in as soon as you can, so your question does not get ignored, because we don't want anyone to get ignored, because we love all of you. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let Jenna introduce herself and do a little demo, and we'll show you what we've been working on this past couple of weeks and maybe talk a little bit about that. And yeah, so Jenna, go ahead.
All right, hey guys. I'm Jenna, like Audrey said. I'm a local Lawrence, Kansas hooper. I'm all around the Kansas City area, blah, 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 my usual spiel. And as Audrey said, I am out of school now. I'm officially on summer vacation, and I am now on the countdown to Wakarusa. I think I have 16 days, 17 or 16 days. It's like 2.5 weeks away, and I'm so excited. So if any of you are going to be at Wakarusa this year in Arkansas, please let us know in the comments down below. I would love to see you guys there. And, oh, hello. Yes, my cat's saying hi. All right, I will go ahead and do a little demo real quick.
Demo. Demo. Your shoulder hooping is on point.
It's because I practice.
Oh yeah, shimmy those shoulders. Show me what you made of. I like it when you call me Big Papa. Oh, shoot. That was good. Nice. Oh, hot damn, girl. That was sick. That awkward moment when your butt man is a better hooper than you are. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, that's nice. I could literally watch you hoop for like ever. Nice.
Ta-da!
Awesome. That was beautiful. Thank you very much. If you guys saw anything, which I'm sure you guys did, that she did in that video, be sure to leave us a comment in the comments down below so we can help. Someone stole your chair.
For real.
We can help you out with learning something new, or if you're working on something yourself that you just want some extra help with, like I said, let us know and we'll be glad to help you out. So thank you, Jenna, very much. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Audrey, also known as Audrey here on the YouTubes or on Hooping Live. This show is every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and we talk about everything to do with hooping, health, and sometimes we even get off topic. Who would have thought? Artists getting off topic? Well, it happens. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, I graduated college last weekend, which is awesome. Hooray. And now I am fully immersing myself into kind of the creative community. I'll be working in a photo studio with a really well-established photographer, as well as working on my beauty blogs and working with Craig Ship for the Choose Sarasota and some beauty blog stuff. So I'm going to put another announcement out. I know many of you have emailed us, and I have not, nor has Jenna, had a lot of that free time because of school to go through all the emails, but we have been doing our best. So if you feel ignored, you're not. We just are trying our hardest to get to you as soon as possible because all of your emails mean so much to us. And I know personally I want to sit down and be able to read them all and reply all of them like very personally and not just saying, oh, yay, enter. Like, I want to really make them personal. So if you guys are interested in helping out with Hooping Live, and I'm going to kind of plug this right now, if you're interested in helping me out with my beauty blog, please be sure to email us at info@hoopinglive.com, or you can send us a message on our Facebook page, which is probably the fastest way to get a hold of us as of this point because the Facebook is checked a lot because we do a lot of updates and stuff. So just send us a message and say what you're interested in helping with and kind of maybe a little bio about yourself, and we'll see if we can all work together because I would love to really have a beautiful creative team. I'm really into the kind of team building thing where nothing wrong with someone working solo, but I love having many creative people on a team because I think it boosts that creativity level. So anyway, let me grab my hoop and I'll give you guys a quick demo. I haven't hooped for like a week, so don't hate me. I'm sorry. All right. Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Okay.
Ooh, nice. Nice. Someone went to Hoop Path.
Right?
Yee!
I'm gonna kill you, fly. Come at me one more time. Sorry, we have a lot of flies here in the Florida area. And my cat just refuses to help me. Anyway, like I said, anything you guys see, be sure to comment down below and let us know if we can help you out with anything. And anyways, it looks like we have some comments, and there's a lot of you out there tonight. So let's go ahead and get through the comments. And if you guys are out of breath like I am, then just take a second to think about your life. So let's go ahead and...
Audrey, before you do that, can we get a quick picture? Because your picture's clear right now.
Absolutely. Let me just put my odd face on real quick. Let me just fix my bangles real quick. There. Okay, that's good. You mean smile?
Still. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2. Got it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just a little crazy. Okay, so can everyone hear me okay? Is like my audio all right?
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Okay, so Heather Grugan says, I just registered for my first hoop dance class tonight, starting next month, and I'm so excited. I've been wanting to learn for years, but was too shy, self-conscious to even think about looking into it. But now that I have registered, I can't wait to get my hands on the hoop. With daily practice, how long would you say before a new hooper could at least pick up an LED, and which LED hoop would you recommend? Thanks. That's actually a really great question. Really good. Jenna, do you want to go ahead and take this one away for the first time since you're kind of, I think we're only a year apart in hooping, but maybe just let her know what you think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yay for you signing up for your first hoop dance class. That is amazing. I hope you have a really good time. I'm sure you will. As far as when a new hooper should or could pick up an LED, it's really kind of personal preference. I am under the belief that if you are a new hooper, you shouldn't not spend your money on a smart hoop yet until you are way more comfortable and way more sure of what size you like actually flow with. I got my first LED from Mood Hoops, and they're very, very sturdy. God, I dropped that thing so many times, and it still worked perfectly. I now have a Proton Labs Helix that I originally got in a 28 inside diameter, which like barely cuts a 30 outside diameter, and I hoop with a 36. So that just kind of goes to show that you really need to be certain about what your size is before you invest in something like a smart hoop, because that is a very, very expensive investment, and you don't want to get stuck with a size and not like it or not be comfortable with it, you know? So
absolutely. And Jessica, sorry, my best friend just put a comment down there, and I saw her, so I wanted to say hello to my Yaya. You met Jessie, right? We talked about
I think so, yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, she's like the best cookie in the jar. She's my cookie jar. Anyway, so moving forward, and Jessie, hi. I don't know, whenever I think about Jessica, I just want to get like really weird, but I realize that if anyone ever saw how weird I got around her, like no one would like me.
Oh, that's like me and all of my best friends. I get super weird, and like we end up just kind of communicating in noises. We don't actually speak words. So that's a thing.
And you get it for sure. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just back up what she said. She made a really good point with size. Are you? Oh, okay. Sorry, my cat was like freaking out. I made the decision to get an LED hoop from like, I'm not going to say who it was because it was a really bad hoop, but I got like a 40-inch LED hoop, and it was blue, and it was the worst decision of my life. And I did not make the same mistake with fire, because I feel like fire and LED are very similar, but I think fire is a lot more sacred and should be kind of used in a more ritual way. But I mean, everyone has their own opinion on stuff, so what we say doesn't exactly mean it's going to be exactly right. So do what feels right for you, but what we suggest is definitely wait till you're at a certain size and then maybe go 1 inch or 2 inches bigger than that. Because I was at a 28-inch hoop forever, and I'm like, oh, I'll always be in a 28-inch hoop. Well, now I want a 32-inch hoop. So if I had just stuck with a 30-inch, it would have been right in between both of them. So I suggest really planning out your hoop. Don't get an LED hoop or a fire hoop that's what you like at the exact time. Think about what's reasonable, what's going to be good for on body and off body, like if they're both the same. So the same way that you hoop with like a 36-inch on body hoop, and the same way you hoop with a 28-inch off body hoop. So think about that and try to find kind of an easy medium and stick to that regardless of what you're kind of dealing with, unless you have the ability to buy a bunch of multiple LED hoops and do whatever you want. And in terms of fire hooping, which that will come eventually unless you don't like fire, I always suggest getting quick wicks, because quick wicks do not require having a set hoop size. And you can just, I'll show you right now. I have equal parts of this hoop measured out with these little green pieces of tape, and that's where I put my wicks, and also really helps for teaching as well. So marking off the hoops is always a really great thing, especially if you want to use it for a fire hoop. So I have any fire hoop I want I can use on any of my hoops, even my LED hoop if I wanted, but I'm too afraid to do that. So anyway, I'm really proud of you for registering for a hoop class. That's awesome, and best of luck on your journey. That's so special, and I definitely am going to say document it. Document it from day one. Even if you feel like a complete weirdo dropping the hoop from the waist, it's going to be worth it in the end, because if you stick to it, you'll be very grateful that you did. I know I am, so I don't know. Jenna, are you, or what's your story with that?
I kind of went on and off with documenting. I have a video actually on my YouTube channel. I don't know why I keep it up, but like one of the first videos I ever made of myself hooping, I just like immediately posted it to YouTube, and it is the most embarrassing thing ever. Like, oh my God. But I definitely second document your progress. Even if you have no intentions to ever post to YouTube, like that's totally fine. Don't ever feel pressured to post videos because it's your journey. It's not the world's journey, you know? So just like have like a little file on your computer. That way you can just see and document your growth. And that way when you're like 2-3 years down the road, you can be like, oh my God, look at this growth and this change, you know?
Absolutely. Great, great. I love that. Thank you, Jenna. So moving on to the next question, let's, but she did ask for recommendations, and yes, mood hoops is great because they're easy to beat around and they're not crazy expensive, but if you really want to like wait to find out like what that perfect in-between size is, I suggest saving your money and getting like a really quality hoop. It doesn't have to be a smart hoop. What is it? Psy Hoops, PSY is I don't know if he has a smart hoop or not, but he has quality LED hoops. I mean, they're like the best. So definitely just kind of think about that and do your research before you spend a bunch of money. So moving on, Carla Karma, cool name, says, can you talk about LEDs tonight? Give advice on anything helpful or the best companies. Thanks. Jenna, do you want to? I've not been using a lot of LEDs lately. I know a little bit, but do you want to kind of talk about the one that you have since you kind of have one of the popular smart hoops?
Yeah, sure. Let me grab it real quick. It's like right here behind me. I have too many hoops. I have a 36 outside diameter Proton Labs Helix. A lot of people don't like this smart hoop because, here, I'll turn it on. If you can see here, maybe there's a battery gap from here to here, so it's not a continuous light all the way around. And me personally, that does not bother me at all, especially in a bigger size like this. The gap is so much less noticeable than it was in my 28. I've also played around with my friends. I think Heather has an Atomic Evoke, and just the difference in weight alone between hers and mine is crazy. Hers is Polypro and mine is HDPE. But you can definitely tell that the Atomic, they weight theirs a lot lighter when it comes to their LEDs and whatever else that they do on the inside. I don't know the extent of it. It is a lot lighter. I've seen the Future Hoop in person, and that's beautiful. That's Mood Hoop's their version of a smart hoop, and that's great. I don't know. I'm always just kind of partial to Proton Labs just because I have one. And they do get a lot of really bad reviews, and I know their customer service isn't great, but they are a local Kansas City company, and I am all about supporting your local business. So, and I got to meet the owner in person at a Bass Nectar concert last year, and that's how I decided that I wanted a Proton Labs Helix, because he let me play with it. So I'm not going to trash any hoop companies, but I know there is 2 hoop companies out there that I really, really don't like. If you want to know what they are, PM me on my Facebook. I'm not going to publicly trash any hoop company.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. If you guys have any questions, like Jenna said, we try to be very positive on the show, so definitely private message her if you're interested in knowing that for sure. That's great, Jenna. Thank you very much. You're great. So I'm going to go over a couple of the hoops that I've dealt with in the past. I have played with Mood Hoops a lot. They're pretty well known. They're actually Florida based, I believe, and they've come before and they've given me some other hoops to play with, and they are good. They're the kind of hoop that I can take to the beach, and if it gets destroyed, I'm not worried about it, but I also know that it will be a quality hoop to use. But they do have kind of a heavier battery area, which kind of makes the weight uneven, which is something that I'm not very fond of, but I can deal with and if I need to. And so they're kind of like the shirts that you wear when you're gonna do like painting projects or something, but that's not a good example. Yeah, it's like getting a nice, like, so you have like 2 pairs of Nikes, and they're both really nice Nikes, but you wear one pair when you're like running around outside, and okay, whatever, you get what I'm saying. So okay, I need to take a nap. Anyway, so I do like the mood hoops, but the weight does kind of throw it off, and they do have a little bit of a rattle in it. And I do a lot of breaks and paddles. For those of you who don't know, I'm not rough with my hoop, but I do need a durable hoop, and that's why I thought having an atomic would do the trick. And I have 2 atomic hoops. I had 3 at one point, but I sent one of them back, and I'm still waiting for it to kind of get fixed. We're deciding how I'm going to get that done. They do have good customer service, but I have sent my atomic hoop back like 4 or 5 times, and I just had a lot of problems with it, mechanic wise or whatever. I don't know if it's because of the way that I'm hooping or what the deal is, but they just never really have a long lifespan for me. So I'm trying to figure out what I've been doing wrong with it. I do love the atomics. They're beautiful, they're lightweight, and they're evenly distributed in weight, which is awesome. But I have had a lot of technical difficulties with them. But like I said, I don't know if that's my fault or if that's the hoop's fault, because if a lot of people give a lot of the hoop companies crap, and I understand that they're making a hula hoop, but these are computer hoops. Computers have so many problems, so you have to really be sensitive to the fact that these people are trying to literally put computer graphics like into a hula hoop. And we're just now learning about all of that. So we really need to be patient with these people and understand that they're doing the best that they can. So just keep that in mind. I also have a cosmic hoop, and I got this a long time ago, and I still use it to this day. I have 2 10-inch minis that turn into like a 36-inch or like a 35-inch hoop. And because they're 2 separate hoops, there is a bit of a wonk in it. But I do love the hoops. It's sturdy, like HDPE tubing, which I'm going to talk about in a second. They're bright, they're pretty. They don't have multiple settings, but they work and they look good. So that's why I like them, and I always will. But I'm going to have to definitely say that Psy is a very, very, very good LED hoop. They are durable. I don't know if he has a smart hoop, like I said, but they're durable, they're good, they're bright, and a lot of the professional hoopers use those for performing and stuff, like the Hula Monsters up in Tampa. All decided to get those, and I've played with them before. Matthias has some, so they're really good hoops. And if you're wanting a smart hoop, then you're gonna have to go smart hoop route. If you're wanting a hoop that won't break that often and maybe is a little bit more durable, then you're gonna have to make sacrifices. And until the day someone makes a hoop that's like as durable as the other ones, then until then I'm just not sold. So whatever. Things you want to watch out for, though, is definitely rattling, and like rattling if like the LEDs on the hoop shake, because that can be bad, especially if you're into breaks and paddles. And then know what kind of tubing you like. Know if you like HDPE or polypro. Polypro is a softer material, and HDPE is a lot tougher. So decide what feels good for you. I suggest trying both tubings out before you make your decision, but that's just my own opinion. And like Jenna said, the Helix, that's the one you said, right? Yeah. So the Helix is a great hoop. It has super cool settings. I mean, the settings on it are nuts. But I remember I did like the promo photography for the Helix in Kansas when I was there once, and it was it was wonky and a little bit rattly. I mean, this was granted when they first started making it, so I'm sure the improvements have gotten a little bit better, but you're sacrificing having really cool settings for doing like super cool moves. So you kind of need to choose between the two, and until someone makes a super sturdy, crazy computer hoop, we're just going to have to figure that out. And maybe I'm uneducated on that, but I don't know. I don't know. Jenna, do you have anything else you want to say, or do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, 2 things. One, with my Helix, I will say it does rattle.
Yeah.
It's gonna vary from hoop to hoop, and I've noticed from going from my 28 to the 36 I have now, the rattle is like so much less, but it's still there, like Audrey said, when you do breaks and paddles. And I think it's Hoop City that has like a spreadsheet of all of the smart hoops that are available right now. And it compares like price, like battery life, if it's customizable, if there's, I don't know if I said if there's a battery gap, like if there's a wait time on it. Like I know it's like the Phoenix Smart Hoop. My friend Heather has one pre-ordered and she should get it sometime. But I know people are still waiting on those. But you definitely need to do a lot of research before you get a smart hoop. And I know families are going to want to get you presents, but try to tell your family if they're going to get you a smart hoop as a present, they need to come to you first. Don't make it a surprise, because that usually doesn't end well.
I've seen that multiple times where people say, I want an LED hoop, and all of a sudden they end up with like a really bad $99 like LED hoop that is radly heavy and not good.
Yep. Happened
Kinda
to
like
one of
my
my
first
friends.
one. Oh my god. My first LED hoop was so bad. And I just want everyone else to learn from my mistakes and not do that.
Me too.
Yes. So anyway, let's move on. That was a great question. Hoopadelic Kittens, that's awesome. Says, hey guys, are you guys auditioning for Electric Forest Hoop Troop? We're making our video on my birthday. No big deal. I am probably not going to go to Electric Forest and haven't really thought about auditioning. I guess I could now that I'm not in school, but I'm really trying to focus on work. And since it's probably not going to be in my agenda, I definitely don't want to make a video and get in when there could be someone else that could get in and actually go. But, I mean, I hope that you get in, girly. I mean, that's awesome. Definitely make sure, if any of our viewers out there are going on to the auditions, be sure to share your videos so we can help spread the word and everything. Jenna, what about you? You said you're going to Wakarusa. Are you going to be festing it up this summer or what?
No, I would, but being a college student and not having a job during the school year kind of means that I'm broke as all crap right now. I was able to afford Wakarusa thanks to like a combination of Christmas and birthday money, because my birthday's in February, so it's pretty close. I have thought very hard about auditioning for the Hoop Troop, but I'm taking summer classes this summer, and I have a job that I really need to commit to like show them that I'm like serious about the job and I'm not going to blow it off or anything. And plus, I have seen like so many Hoop Troop videos already, and everybody's so good. And I'm not saying like I'm discouraged by it, but I think I'm kind of in the same boat as Audrey, and we're like, I don't want to potentially get accepted to the Hoop Troop and not be able to go due to school or work or anything like that. Like I want that opportunity to go to someone else. So maybe next year.
Absolutely. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a brat saying this, but I'm a little biased on festivals. I don't know. The ones I've gone to, people have just trashed the area, and the festivals I like to go to are more like pagan festivals where it's a little bit more spiritual, and not as crazy, but
you should come to Zenfest in Kansas.
Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds perfect. But yeah, I've actually never heard of Zenfest. But
it's pretty small. I'll tell you about it after the show. My friend Heather goes every year. She loves it.
But yeah, good luck to anyone who does the Electric Forest Hoop Troop videos. I remember when I was a freshman, I really wanted to do that, and I wish I would have, but I got too busy. And then I did like the hoop camp submission video, and I was like, apparently almost got in, and Philo put my video up and said, you were so close to getting in, but we want to share your video because it was so moving or something. And I remember that was like one of the first big things that ever happened online for one of my videos, and it was like really awesome. So I love Philo. Hooping.org. Check it out.
He's great. After dealing with him in Hooping Idol, I love the guy to death. He's so funny and nice. But I definitely am a little burnt out on making videos after Hooping Idol, so I might take a rest from that for a little bit.
I feel you on that one for sure. So anyway, let's see here. What's the next one? We have Jessica Wallerstein says, hey ladies, Jenna, have fun at Wakarusa. I just got back from Hangout Fest, and it was a blast. Do you guys have any tips for moving the hoop up from the legs Well, leg hooping. I can hoop around my thighs, knees, and ankles, but once it starts to fall down, I can't seem to bring it back up. I think we've kind of gone over this in the show before, but Jenna, I think we both kind of have different ways. I'll go ahead and show you guys. So, I've never heard of Hangout Fest before, though. Have you?
I think I saw like clips of it on MTV or something. I think it was in Alabama. I think the Black Keys were there. That's like part of it that I saw. It looked pretty fun. It looked like a beach type festival. So it looked really fun, but I hadn't heard of it until I saw it on TV. So.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, we'll go over that real quick. We also have some hellos. We have a hello from Elvis Silva. She says, I love you, Audrey. And a hello from Fred. And a hello from Adam. So hello, Adam, Fred, and thank you very much, Elvis Silva. That's sweet of you. I love you too, I think. Yeah, I love you. Shocker approves. So anyway, moving on. So we have leg hooping. So moving your legs from down at your knees, chair, to going up. There's a couple different ways you can do this, and one of the ways is think about paddling. So it's like if you put your hands in front of your legs, it's almost like pushing your legs out like this. So if you kind of do that, it kind of pushes the hoop up the body. Another way to do it is thinking about every time the hoop comes around to the front of the knee, bringing it up, so kind of almost kicking it up. It's a little bit less graceful. I prefer, like I said, the first one, which is kind of shimmying. I like to kind of call it like a shimmy. It's just like pushing your legs back and forth really quickly and thinking about cheeing the hoop up. I don't want to sound super crazy, but I literally sometimes I'll think about pulling the energy of the hoop up my body and thinking up, 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 and it goes up the body. Another way to do it where it looks really graceful is while you're turning, you kind of give the hoop a little like bump as you turn, and it kind of brings the hoop up a little bit more gracefully. And of course, there's always grabbing the hoop and bringing it up the waist, or doing, I think there's one where you can like just like straight up kick the hoop. I don't know this one very well, but it's apparently you're supposed to be able to go like, it's like in one swift motion, just like kick the hoop up. I don't think it's that graceful, but I don't know. Jenna, what are your suggestions? Because I know everyone kind of goes at this in a different way.
Yeah, well, of course, I'm wearing pants tonight, so I'm not going to be able to do this very well. The way I kind of do it is like a mix of two of the things Audrey said. I have to turn while I'm doing it right now because I'm wearing very silky pants right now. But I kind of give it like a little kick with one of my knees and then shimmy it up with my waist. So I'll do it real quick, like, oh, maybe. There we go. I just do it like that. Another way I know if it falls like below your knees down to like ankle area. Let's see if I have enough room to do this right now. Cats, watch out. One way to do it, if it's around your ankles, it's like the kick motion that Audrey was talking about. You just go like, oh, wait, maybe.
You're losing room over there.
Like that. I'm not doing it very well because pants are a thing, but you just, when it comes around to my right foot, I'm just lifting and giving it a little kick so it gets up to like above my knees. But yeah.
Yeah, no, the kick definitely helps for sure. That's great. So yeah, hopefully that helps. If it didn't, be sure to ask us questions if you have anything else regarding that. And another thing, since Jenna mentioned it with the pants, let me grab my hoop real quick. I just got a new hoop, you guys. For those of you who don't know, I did get a new hoop, and it is taped, which is weird because I haven't gotten a taped hoop in a long time. But like Jenna said, it's hard to hoop on fabric, which I'm sure we've all experienced, where kind of almost being naked is like the best way to hoop because your skin really sticks to like kind of the tubing or the grip tape. So they have this new type of grip tape, and hopefully I'll be able to get a close-up here for you guys. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. It's almost like a Velcro, like the soft side of Velcro, and it literally sticks to clothing, and it also sticks to legs too. So it's just as good. So you can hoop like almost in like full body like sweatsuit clothing, and the hoop will stick to you still. So it's awesome. I think you can get it on like Hoop City or Hoop Tape thingy majigger, whatever. I don't know. I bought mine from Bonnie. Whenever I buy hoops, I always make sure I buy them from a close friend because I feel like their energy is put into the hoop. I know I'm weird, but I love this kind of tape. I think it's great. It sticks to all types of clothing, and it's just the bomb.com. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. What I have heard of is it's like called the grip stick or something like that, and it's basically like surfboard wax but for your hoops. I don't know. I've heard of it. They've talked about it on Unity of the Hula Hooper on Facebook. Apparently it works, but I personally have never tried it. The Shine hoop I was using does have inside grip on it, but I prefer sanded hoops. I feel like it has a better grip.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never heard of that. We'll have to post some links. I'm hoping that we can start posting like links and stuff like look at this article or whatever. I know. I want to get really into this and like make you guys the happiest viewers in the world. So anyway, moving forward, we have another comment from, wait, hold on. Wow, you guys are really commenting. Okay, we gotta start moving on through. Sorry. Oh, Jessica said meow, by the way, but I already kind of mentioned her. So Michelle Lawrence says, I've been hooping for almost 4 months now, and it's been a big hobby of mine. I've been dancing most of my life, and it's a great form of expression for me. That's why I love hooping so much. There is so much more to learn, but I find myself struggling with wanting to keep up my new hobby before learning any more tricks. I think that it's important to get confident and comfortable with what I have learned thus far. I see so many people learning all these new tricks, but Audrey's video on flow was really insightful for getting in touch with yourself and finding love for the hoop. Are there any tips or advice that you can give to keep the passion alive when you feel like putting it down? Thanks. That's actually a really great question. And I'm glad that she asked this because this is a question that I feel like a lot of us hoopers deal with is when she says when to put the hoop down is also called a plateau, or just when everything just feels like nothing is going anywhere at all. And when you're in that state, or you're like, I want to learn more about flow and not tricks or whatever, to learn good flow, it does come within, but obviously you need training to know how to do different things in order to complete your dance strategy. And what you can do is always just learn switching the current. If I'm in a workshop, sometimes I'll go to workshops just because my friend's teaching it and I don't want to like be a bad friend and not show up, so I'll do everything that they teach but my second current. So learn everything in your second current if you're feeling like the passion's gone. And don't watch YouTube videos. I know I shouldn't be saying that because we're on YouTube right now, but don't watch YouTube videos about tricks. It will put you under pressure. Just let yourself be free and let yourself flow and just let yourself feel the hoop, work in your second current, and kind of see what you conjure up within yourself. I mean, Jenna discovered some like weave or something because she was just playing with the hoop, and I discover stuff all the time regardless if someone else has done it or not. You find it within yourself, which I think is really beautiful and quite helpful. And when you're able to really get confident in yourself and in your flow, then you're going to become a better hooper. Regardless, you could just be hooping around your waist, but if you're confident, your waist hooping will look so cool that everyone will be more impressed by your waist hooping than someone doing like trick after trick. I mean, that's my own personal opinion, and I've seen it happen many times before. Jenna, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, for sure. Well, welcome to the path that is hooping. It's a great experience. I love that you're a baby hooper. I love baby hoopers so much. They make me so happy. One thing I will say is I personally feel like there are two kinds of hoopers. There are flow heavy hoopers and there are trick heavy hoopers. And both are fine. Both are totally cool. I love and appreciate them both so greatly. But I definitely feel like if you are focused on learning tricks, you're not expanding, this is going to sound super cheesy, but you're not expanding your mind within the hoop. Because I, being a hoop pather, I would like to call myself a hoop pather, even though I've been to one workshop, whatever. Being a hoop pather, I feel like there is a great, great spiritual connection in your hoop, and saying that if you are plateauing and you have nothing better to do with your time, go ahead and head on over to Hoop Path, get yourself in a workshop or go to the retreat. It definitely changed the way I hoop, and it definitely reignited my passion for hooping, because I was definitely on a plateau with my hooping in December before I went to Hoop Path this year. And if you guys have been watching the show since December, and like before December to now, you, I hope, have been able to see a change in my hooping. And then I will also second what Audrey said about learn everything in the second direction, because I'm almost 3 years in now, and I'm having to do that now. I have to completely retrain my body and retrain my mind to learn to do everything in reverse, and I'm totally kicking beginner hooper me self in the butt for not doing it sooner. So.
Awesome. That's great. And I think that's a big tip for everyone, is that like whenever you learn something, regardless if it's small or big, always learn it in your second current is super important. So I mean, chakra shear, you stop it. So that's what I agree. Do you agree too?
Yes,
He
definitely.
do. He definitely agrees. And I guess you agree too.
Oh, dang, thought you were talking to me.
No, I wasn't. Chakra might be moving my computer here a little bit. I apologize. Chakra shear, come on. All right. If you wanted me in front of the camera, all you had to do was ask.
Oh.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this is my little pook master. Master of all pookies. And he's a little attention butt. He needs all the spankings he can get. Sorry, I really like my cat. I saw that video of that girl the other day that was like, my name is Jenny and I love cats. And she gets like really sad. She's like, I really love cats, and like starts crying.
Yes, I love that video. It's so funny.
God,
I just want to hug every cat.
But I can't. I totally can relate to her. Anyway, let's move on to questions, because we do have a lot we need to get through. And like we said, if we answered your questions and you didn't feel like you got enough feedback that you need to, be sure to repost and let us know. So we have another question from Heather Grugan. Okay, another question. Lol. Any tips for getting discouraged in the beginning?
For not getting discouraged in the beginning.
For not. Oh, well, don't watch YouTube videos. If that's what I mean, that's what inspired me, was watching YouTube videos and being like, I want to get that good. But for a lot of people, watching those videos discourages them. And the other thing is, don't be upset about dropping the hoop. That's something that the community has been so supportive of. Is like, if you drop the hoop, people literally clap for you. And dropping the hoop has actually become like cool. Like if you drop your hoop, like, oh, you're a real hooper because you actually drop your hoop. And which I think is great. I think it's absolutely great. But just be creative with yourself. Try different types of music, even if you don't like it. Like at Hoop Path, he does like country, Christian, all these different types of religions, hip hop, like R&B, dubs, all these different kinds of musics, and dance outside of your hoop too. We've talked about that a lot too. It's just put your hoop down, try even blindfolded dancing, blindfolded hooping, just try to figure out what's going on inside your body, and then add your hoop to it and see like how the two mix together. But I don't know, that's my advice. What about you, Jenna?
I will second not watching YouTube videos. I have like personal experience with that. I think everybody does. I mean, we all discovered hooping in our own way, and mine was through the internet. So and how I learned all of the tricks that I know for the most part was through YouTube videos. But I've hit a point where I kind of hate watching YouTube videos unless they're videos that I've already seen and I'm trying to like re-inspire myself. I just like it's not that I'm jealous or anything or that I'm like angry that I'm not that good of a hooper. For me, it's just like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, but just watching other YouTubers hoop just I don't know, it gets me down and really kind of diminishes my own personal inspiration with the hoop. And definitely blindfold yourself. I know it's scary. Get in a big open space, like a big open field or like a warehouse or something with no close walls so you don't kill yourself. And hoop blindfolded and dance without the hoop blindfolded, and I mean, do everything you can blindfolded because you will just get a deeper connection with yourself that way, and you'll discover the way that your body naturally wants to move to different types of music. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Thank you, Jenna. That was awesome. So anyway, moving forward, let's continue the questions. Nicolina, and hello, Nicolina. She's one of our avid watchers. Says, hello, lovely ladies. I've been really working on my vertical hooping. Could you perhaps show me some nice transitions from vertical hooping to horizontal? Have fun at Waka, Jenna. I'm going to play Think Movement Festival in Kentucky. I get to take a class with Sati Flo and Bonnie McDougall. Oh, Bonnie! Super excited. Awesome. Jenna, you want to go ahead and take this one away?
yes, sure. And yes, Waka, super excited. Cannot wait. All right. So, oh, hello. I did not know you were there. Oh, you can't see, but my cat's hiding behind all my hoops right here. It's adorable. So one way of getting from vertical hooping into horizontal hooping, it's pretty simple, but just chi yourself back to center, as Baxter would say. And it's a very difficult thing to do. When we first did it in Hoop Path, I was lost and my hoop was flying all over the place and dropping on the ground. But all you just have to do, at least when I do it, is I just focus my energy into my back and just, whoops, slowly stand myself back up. And you can do it the opposite way from going, if I'm leaning back like this, I can do the same thing and just chi myself right back into center. Another thing that I do, let me think. Oh, I usually do a lot of breaks or I lift off body. So one thing I'll do if I'm going from vertical chest hooping is I'll just grab the hoop off and kind of do a faux vortex, do whatever folding or movements I want around my hoop, and then just put it back on body in the horizontal position. It can work the same way if you're vertical waist hooping. You're just here. You're going to do like a vertical vortex, I guess, and you just, oops, see if I can even do it. Goodness. And just lift off and back on. And it's horizontal now. Yay! All right, that's all I got.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jenna. So yeah, like what she said is kind of just like, you know, kind of chiing the hoop up is good. It's kind of like, I mean, that's kind of what you meant though, right?
Yeah, just like, you know, in Hoop Path and Baxter, you're doing the challenge, and you're going from vertical back up.
And that can be hard to do. And one of my biggest tips for that is making sure that you understand all the points of your body. At Hoop Path, he talks about like the 12 o'clock and like the 6 o'clock and being able to really like focus on the different points. If you ever watch Baxter, you'll notice he kind of goes like this. And so he like focuses on the hoop hitting this point of the body, this point of the body, back here, and back here. So you're really being able to gain control all throughout the body, kind of like shoulder hooping. Instead of going like this, you're able to even do it with this shoulder, or like switch them back and forth, which gives you like complete control over the hoop pretty much, which is awesome. And you can even, and that's me holding still. Like I usually shoulder hoop from my feet. So it's like I'm not even really like using my arms. I'm using the like movement of my feet. So if you do that with vertical hooping, you are able to really control the vertical hooping. So you're vertical hooping, and just think about that line going back to center. Think about the center of your body, and also focus on your pelvic area. Think about without the hoop. So if you're going like this, you're almost creating kind of a platform, like right. So when you're hooping, it's right here, and you're hooping normally. So you move this plane like this. So it really helps to do cat backs. Look up cat backs because I'm not going to do them on the computer right now because they look a little sexual. But if you take this part of your body and think about putting it right here or right here, it's the same kind of thing. So you're going to be able to kind of have that same platform. Does that make sense, Jenna?
Yes, totally.
Okay, you weren't listening to me. Anyway, so think about going from here, so you have that flatness, to here. You have that same flatness, and if you work on your stretching, you'll be able to kind of bring your body more, I don't want to say, well, I'll just say erect, I guess. Straight forward, upward, I don't know. So you're able to really kind of focus that platform right kind of below your belly button. So you're able to kind of stand up, work straight, instead of going like this, which you can do too. It really helps. But if you can learn how to really stretch that area of your back out, then you'll be able to really kind of use your pelvic area to move the hoop back to center. So using my toes to get kind of like a back and forward bounce. So I'm in vertical, and then I'm kind of going back onto my heels instead of my toes, and bringing my pelvic area more up. So onto the toes, vertical hooping. I'm still on my toes right now. Move that weight back onto the heels, bring that pelvic area back up, and you're back to normal hooping. It's the same way with angle hooping upward. So you're doing that same thing with your pelvic area. I'm on my heels right now, and then I'm going to go down to my toes, and I'm back to the center. So hopefully, were you able to hear me okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, great. I hope that made sense, because for me, that was like the best thing I've ever taught my entire life. What if it didn't make sense? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll feel like a complete butt. Anyway, and have fun with Bonnie. I know Bonnie pretty well, and she is just an absolute delight. Tell her Audrey says hello and sends her love, because she is just such an amazing hooper and like mother, and just love that woman. So anyway, Heather says Heather Grugan says again, thanks for the answers, lots of great info. Allie Elkin says, hey everyone, I just received my first hoop in the mail today. Yay! Whoa, where'd it go? Where'd you go, Allie? Recently discovered hooping and fell in love with it. I wanted to ask advice on how to get started. How to get started. The only classes offered are about 90 miles from where I live, which isn't totally convenient at the time because I am a full-time student. Also, I work part-time, and I will be for a while before I can get out to the class. I hope to go to Hoop Path in Nashville. Maybe
is he doing a workshop?
Maybe he's doing a workshop. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about Hoop Path. The retreat is in North Carolina, but maybe he's doing something in Nashville. And oh no, that's August. Okay, definitely not Hoop Path. And my work schedule can work around it. If not, I'm definitely one in the future. But any advice I would appreciate. Thank you. And my first advice is definitely go to Hoop Path. And I guarantee Jenna will say the same thing, because it changes your hoop experience like crazy. So definitely do that. And getting started, being around a bunch of other hoopers is really great. I think that's actually probably one of the most important things you can do, is be around other hoopers. But since you're so far away from people, hoopingLIVE is a great resource to kind of have like a chakra, to kind of have a thing Sorry, Shaka. My cat's trying to attack my couch, and I'm not grateful for that. Hooping Live can provide kind of like an open hoop jam space. There's also watching videos. I know we talked a little bit about like not watching videos, but if you're far away from people, sometimes that's about as good as you can get. You can also find some hoopers to chat with, so you kind of feel more into the loop. But honestly, I just suggest dancing without the hoop and figure out your dancing, like we said, chakra shear, and kind of working with yourself.
Audrey, what about the tutorials that you have up on hoopinglive.com?
Oh, she disappeared. Think she went to go. Oh, there we go.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Audrey, what do you think about them watching the tutorials that you have up on hoopinglive.com?
I mean, absolutely. Like I said, like I kind of mentioned that about watching. Chakra, really? Okay, sorry guys, he's being a little butthead. Like I said, you can watch videos online. We do have a lot of them on the Hooping Live YouTube channel page, which are, we try to keep them updated as much as possible, which is awesome. But that's kind of self-explanatory. I'll be sure to have links down below, but I'm going to move on to the next question, and congratulations on getting your first hoop and being a part of the community. Jenna, do you want to give any information on that stuff? Because I know you kind of live out in...
Yeah, when I first started hooping, I was in the same position. No closed classes, no closed hoopers that I knew at the time. And I'm self-taught. Well, I was a beginner that was self-taught from YouTube. And the one thing I'm going to say, if you need like an online place to find all of like YouTube tutorials, there's hoop-tricks.com, and it's basically just this huge website that has like hundreds and hundreds of YouTube tutorials, and it's listed by trick name. And I know there are a lot of tricks out there that are kind of weirdly named, but the one thing I did is I just kind of went on there and went to on-body stuff and then just learned the basics from YouTube, like knee hooping, waist hooping, chest hooping, and like a few off-body tricks here and there. Definitely Hooping Live is a great place to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenna. And we'll be sure to have those links posted sometime soon. We're trying to get everything worked out where we can have all of that worked out. You guys have to look at this. This is pretty cool.
Oh.
Isn't that just the sweetest thing you've ever seen?
It's like a Venn diagram, and chakra's in the middle.
He's my little third eye. Chakra boom, body boom, boom. Anyway, hoop and I don't understand what comes out of my mouth sometimes. Okay, so Allie, we just did Allie. Okay, Hoopadelic Kitten says, I'm so hyped about the Electric Forest Hoop Troop because Shakti, Sunfire, and Luna Breeze all are hosting it, and if we get it, we'll get to meet them. Hoopadelic Kittens is a duo, if you didn't know. If you didn't get the Wii stuff. Oh, okay, I get it now. But yeah, if we get in, I'll totally be fangirling all over Shakti and just like absorb her energy. Haha, she's perfect and beautiful in every single way hoopily possible. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, Shakti and Luna are both great. I don't know Shakti as well as I know Luna. I know Luna is great. So I'm excited for you, and I hope you get in so you're able to spend some time with them, because being around really talented hoopers is a great thing to do. I know that Hoop Path this year is having a lot of great hoopers, such as Nick Gazzardo. I think Tiana's going to be there too, and Anna Hoopalicious are going to be teaching, as well as the infamous Baxter. So I suggest going, and hopefully I'll be able to be there too, because I just found out that I might not be able to go, but I'm going to make that happen, even if it, well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, Katie Wright says, since we are briefly talking about festivals, what are both of your favorite ones? Love you both. I'm going to let Jenna go ahead and take this one over, because she knows more about festivals than I do.
Well, I have not been to a lot of festivals. The only festival I've gone to as of now was Hoopalooza, which is a small flow festival in Missouri. And I've talked about it on the show before, and I'm going to kind of try to stay positive with this, but I personally did not enjoy Hoopalooza. Kind of disorganized, but it's still a very new festival, so we'll give them time to grow. I have heard amazing things about Lightning in a Bottle, and I'm going to try my darndest to get there. And I eventually want to go to Burning Man, and I'm going to be super cliche and try to hit up EDC Vegas because it's always looked like a lot of fun, and I think it would just be cool to say that I've gone. And of course, I would love to go to Electric Forest as well. And if I had the money to do all of these things, I would, but I'm in college.
That's funny. Yeah, I think that's a great selection that Jenna talked about right there. I've only ever gone to something like the ones in Florida, which has been Hawkfest, which is a pagan festival, and I've gone to Earth Dance, which was a festival where everyone trashed the grounds, and I was really kind of thrown off by it. But I guess it was still fun. But like I said, I'm not really that into festivals. I do like retreats though, like Hoop Camp, Hoop Path, Sacred Circularities, stuff like that. I'm really into because they're a little bit more community based and less music based. So it kind of depends on what festivals you want to go to. But I guess we can always kind of make a list of our favorite festivals or something or whatever. I take notes during the show when you guys inspire me about stuff. So we'll think about that and give some information up to you guys. So let's get through the rest of these comments really quickly because the show is over. So we have one from Karma again saying, I'm trying to go to the Hoop Path retreat next year. Can't go to this year for money reasons. How much money should I save up? And I think the tickets are around $180 plus hotel fees. I would say, I don't know how you plan on traveling, but at least think about food, hotel, travel, ticket, and any kind of merch that you want to get. So I think I brought just a little bit under $1,000 with me, and that included ticket, hotel, which I have a great hotel price, by the way. So maybe like $800 or something. And that's like being generous with yourself because I think like one meal is provided and whatnot. So just think about, making yourself, if you can't spend a lot of money, think about packing snacks and having meals for each day or being budget friendly, partnering up with someone unless they try to screw you over. And everything like that. So if you need more information on going to Hoop Path, I have gone to a lot of them. I have flown to them. I've driven to them. So if you have any questions, be sure to private message me, and I would be happy to help you make a budget plan on going to Hoop Path, and I can give a little bit more private information about the money that I spent going there. So that's something that I would love to provide to you guys if you're interested. So anyway, last comment of the night is from Dennis Kim, and it says, oh, and also how to get out of it.
What was their comment? Hold on, I'm looking for their previous comment.
I have too, and I'm not seeing it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't see it either.
Well, I hope that you learn how to get out of it. Anyway, well then, you want to go ahead and wrap up and give your info?
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys.
Audrey, I can read it to you. What he said, hey guys, do you know of any variations of how to go into a behind-the-back waist wraps with twin hoops? I know how to get into it through a 2-beat reverse weave and don't really see many hoopers going into that trick.
I'm going to go on a limb for both Jenna and I and say no.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. But I will be sure to look at that comment and try to figure out what you're talking about for next show. But for right now, we do need to wrap up, and I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm so, not hip anymore. I'm like one of those nerdy hoopers that's
You're one of those hoop path hoopers.
I'm one of them yeah, hoop pathers are like the nerds of hoopers. I'm trying to get in touch with Ana. She's running around the mountain, man. Like.
And with the 4 goddesses, yes.
The 4 goddesses are where it's at, so.
I know, right?
What else? So anyway, Jenna, go ahead and give y'all info, and we'll wrap up the show.
You can find YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, my Hoop City page, and the page to the Lawrence, Kansas Flow Jams. All of those links are at flavors.me/Jenna Drake. Again, that is flavors.me/Jenna Drake.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenna, and thank you so much for your help tonight. You're an awesome butt man, and I love you. And we still don't know the exact definition of what a butt man is, but we know that she is that.
I just hold your butt.
She's just my butt holder. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight. There was a really big chunk of you, which I was super awesomely happy to see. And I love all of you, and we'll see you guys next week. Again, my name is Audrey, also known as Audrey here on the YouTubes. You can email us at info@hoopinglive.com. Always feel free to send a private message to either Jenna or I. You can also check out Craig. Craig is kind of the behind-the-scenes man of the show. He knows a lot about making shows and a lot of other things about Google Hangouts and creating your own online business. So if you're interested in that, check him out, craigship.com. Again, that's craigship.com. Links will be posted down below, and they actually will be posted down below shortly because we're going to get those working. I promise you that. So anyway, I love all of you, like I said, and I'll see you guys next week. Be sure to smile and keep on hooping.